for that. We had a little network glitch. Okay, I know it's better now. Can I be seen? Can I be heard now? Is the sound better? Can I see that? Can you put that in the comment section? Can I be seen? Can I be heard? Okay, I think we are good. Yes, we are talking about hydration. Hydration matters. That's the topic for today. Hydration matters. There is a saying that water is life. We keep talking about food, we talk about sleep, we talk about exercises, we talk about this, but water, nobody's talking about water. Water is life. Water is very powerful. Water is one of the most powerful things when it comes to parenting a child with special need, parenting a child with disability. We see it as so simple. That's why I said today, in this part of the world, we're on public holiday. I decided to talk about water, as simple as it is. Please, if you have your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues, can you go to the community, call some of them that are not in the community, tell them the Pacesetter mom is live. Call them, tell them we are live. Let them come. Yes, why hydration matters. Can I shock you? Most parents worry about school fees, some worry about bad friends, some worry about the media, some worry about a lot of things. But how many are worried about hydration? How many are bothered whether their child is dehydrated? How many are bothered? Is my child getting enough water as she should get or as he should get? How many of you? But today, I'm going to show you that one of the biggest threats to your child's health, to your child's focus, to your child's behavior, and to your child's academic performance may simply be drink water. Drink water. Yes, it might just be drink more water. That could be one of the threats that has been making this child even constipated. Water is life. Water is life. Because we might think it's not just a drink water. I've seen someone told me, we have a lot of misconception, myths about water. I had a friend that told me anytime she drinks water, she feels bloated. She feels she's adding more weight. Water makes her add weight. I was like, really? How can water make you add weight? It's not water that is making you add weight. Probably inflammation is. It's not water that is making you add weight. She said, no, anytime she drinks water, she finds out that she just keep getting fat. I said, no. What is the calories inside water? I have been on weight loss. How many have noticed? I have lost over 35 kg. Come on now, give it to me. I lost over 35 kg. There was a time I was on water therapy. At times for days, it's only water. I feel renewed. I feel even more refreshed. My skin will be glowing, you know. So you can actually survive without food, but you can't survive without water, dear parents. So imagine that's why you should know how important. Statistics says that the entire world consists about 70 to 75% water. Even our body is about 70% water. So that is to tell you that water is very important. We just live in a busy world. We are just busy. At the end of the day, you ask yourself, how many liters of water have I drank today? It might just be 1 liter. You see, some people might be too busy to drink water, especially in the words that we have a lot of sodas and junk, fizzy drinks. So many people use it to replace water. They just drink that and they are on the go. No. So we need to talk about this today because it's very crucial. Imagine discovering that the headaches, the mood swings, the poor concentration, the fatigue, even some health challenges in your home are connected to dehydration. It might not even be, most times we feel some things are in the big things. We feel, it's because my child is taking this food, or is not, but somebody told me it's because I could not afford that supplement. I wanted to buy that supplement. I heard it's very good. I said, no, it's not until you spend lots of money on this supplement before your child can get better. How many liters of water do you give your child on the spectrum on a daily basis? How many? Please need to put that into consideration today. That is why this topic came. Why hydration matters. Hydration matters indeed, because it is very crucial. It's not something that you can just overlook. No. Can I ask you, how many glasses of water have you taken today? Because in some part of the world, it's already past noon. Some are just starting their day, some are already in the evening. So, how many glasses of water have you taken today? Can I see that? Can you put that up? How many glasses of water have you taken today? I'm asking. Exactly. You see? You tell your children, drink water. But you, the parents, how many liters of water do you really drink on a daily basis? It is good we model to our children what we want them to do. The power of modeling, it can never be overemphasized. These children, most times, they do what they see you do, not necessarily what you tell them to do. If they see you that you are used to waking up in the morning, taking a warm glass of water, if they see you that before you sleep, you take water, and they see you that you always like, I have water always by my bedside. I am always drinking water. Because of that, I have a child that is always carrying water around the house. It's like, children, when you plant a seed, when it's growing, it comes with fruits, lots of fruits. What you planted is just one seed or few seeds. But as it's coming, it brings out more fruit for you. I have one of my children. I had to tell him, was it today or yesterday? Why are you always going about the house with water? What is Kilo doing? What's going on? Say, no, I just love to drink water. Mommy, don't you like to drink water? So I said, yes, I love to drink water. But as far as it's not in excess, because overhydration is also an issue. Many people don't know that. They just say, drink water. Drink water doesn't really mean you should go and drink 10 gallons of water also. You also put too much work for your kidneys. You will also put too much pressure for your kidney to work with. So you need to also balance it. You need to balance it. So modeling is very important. You as the parents, please ensure you take adequate water. Make sure you take water and do it before them. There is a saying that you should do it before these children. If you want them to pick it up, don't just tell them. They have, children, most of them are visual learners. They see it, pictorial, they see it and they replicate it. So you need to also make sure that you as a parent, you are drinking water. It's not just for modeling sake. You also need it for your well-being. Because if you are dehydrated, you will not even have the energy to fend for these children, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to be well to also take care of others. It is he that is healthy that can take care of another. If you are not healthy, how do you take care of another? If you are sick, can you take care of someone else? No. So you need to also have your concentration on point. So you need to also drink water for yourself first before your children. So not just about modeling, but for our own self. You should also love yourself. It's also a means of self-care. Just sit down, just drink water. You can even put a pinch of salt for minerals, magnesium, potassium, sodium. You can just spice it up to have more electrolytes. It is very important. Or simply just drink water. It is very crucial. When I realized this, I started taking 2 bottles of water I put them into my children's water bottles, their school bags, their lunch bags, always. I've been doing this for some years now. They take 2 water bottles, not just one. especially in this part of the world. Africa is more hot than every other part. So even in this season, and there are also dry season. So the season we are in right now is hot weather. So you can't just give a child about 100 ml of water, and that's what the child will take for good 8 hours, and the child will be in school. So even extend it over 8 hours. Some are in school for 10 hours before their parents comes to pick them. That child will just be on that 100 ml, 150 ml. No. Like I said, my children take 2 water bottles to school every day. 2 on an average, so that we know that is essential. Because these children, they play, do you see how they exert their strength? They have break time, they will eat. In that period, they need to always refresh. And you also need to educate the children that water is essential. You also need to educate the children that it's very important for them to drink water on a daily basis. So we cannot be telling children drink water while we are dehydrated ourselves. No. So we need to drink water so that we'll be able to focus, to avoid fatigue, to avoid discomfort, and you just see your system in top shape. Water, the human body is approximately, like I said, 75% water. 60% of adults, you see them, their brain is deprived because they do not take water. That's what I was researching. Water is very important. The brain is heavily dependent on water. Heavily. I had to study about this because, it's not just to go about with an information and just be running with it. And I also practiced it, even on my weight loss journey, which I am still currently on. Can't you see how beautiful I am? The water is working. You see your skin will just be glowing, just be shining. They'll be asking you, what cream? What cream? Do I have cream? I don't have any cream. I'm rubbing. That is like that's natural products, coconut oil, shea butter, cocoa butter. Me, I'm not interested in all the chemicals. I just rub coconut oil. I'm good to go. Shea butter is there. So it's not in the amount of cream you use. As simple as water. By the time you drink water regularly, you will see your skin popping. So it's very important that you take water. That being said, your body can survive weeks without food. It can. You can stay for a whole week you've not eaten. You can stay for 2 weeks without eating. You can stay for 3 weeks without eating. I have also seen someone that stayed for 40 days without eating. But you can't stay for that long without drinking water. On my weight loss journey, which is one day I'm going to just come here and share about it. It's still cooking. I've done 10 days water therapy. All I was in was what I was just on water therapy for 10 days, even more. And it really helped me in no small measure. I was even more focused. I was more alert. I was more, as in top of myself. I was just full of energy. I was full of energy. I could still take some simple walk, still take over 10,000 steps on a daily basis, even on water alone. I've done water therapy for 1 week. I've tried it for 3 days, and it has been amazing. But I can't stay that long when it comes to not eating food. But water, you can just be taking water. At times, I add coconut water, which is also very important for the brain. I take coconut water. I'm just on coconut water. I put a pinch of pink salt on it, and that is it for the whole day. And I feel refreshed. I feel energized, and it helps me to lose weight. So no matter how you say it's genetics, I'm naturally big, you can still lose that weight. After 5 children, for that matter, with a set of twins amongst them, weighing over 100 kg. I was able to lose 35 kg with water therapy most of the time, and also calorie deficit and, of course, exercises. That's not the topic for today. We're not talking about weight loss, but I'm trying to let you know that you can actually stay without eating food, but you cannot stay without drinking water. I have stayed without eating, but with water, and I was good. So water is very important. I was able to produce more. I was still showing up daily for my business, still showing up for my family. I was still showing up busy, waking up, doing school runs and all that with water therapy alone. You need to try that. Coconut water, just water. Make sure that your child takes water on a daily basis. You will be glad you did. If water is life, then hydration is life leaving the body. If water is life, I mean, dehydration is life leaving the body. If your child is dehydrated, you just see the life is leaving that person in slow motion. So you can't afford for your child to be dehydrated because a lot of children are dehydrated. And when they are dehydrated, you start seeing them with so much aggression issues, lack of focus. You see them, they will stop concentrating. If you are dehydrated, don't you see how it will just be as if you are losing strength? There was a day I was so dehydrated. Do you realize that it's as if there is no strength today? Even with food. Meanwhile, you might not eat food and you are so hydrated and you will not be losing energy. You will not be losing that strength. But when you are dehydrated, you just say, even blood pressure, if you are dehydrated, you can have low blood pressure. Science proves this. That's why you can see some persons when they've not drank water, they will go and check their blood pressure. Their BP will be showing very low. They will tell some to go and drink water. They will tell some to go and take a bottle of maybe Coke or something, just to make sure that there's water in the system. If you are dehydrated, you will see blood pressure coming down. That's why you see so many persons, they will just be feeling dizzy. They can just pass out, they just faint, when they are dehydrated. And you see some of them, they are even working, doing hard labor, yet no water. So please, inform those that are not aware that we are alive. Let them come and hear that water is important. It's as simple as that. It is not in the complexity of it. It's not in the when something is so complicated. Simple as water can help that child that is struggling with so much concentration. As simple as water can be, might be the reason why that child is full of meltdowns. You are wondering, this child is always throwing tantrums. This child is always entering into meltdowns. We don't know why. The child might just be dehydrated. And when the child is also dehydrated, the child might not be passing out poo as he or she needs to. There might not be proper bowel movements. Have you not realized at times when you just take water, you just feel like using the toilet? So if a child that is not using the toilet very well, how can that child be full of concentration? How can that child be full of focus? How can that child even listen when you are trying to say something to that child? Please pay attention to hydration today. Water, as simple as it is, it's very, very vital. It's very, very crucial for our life. What dehydration looks like? Many people think dehydration means just when I'm feeling, my tummy is paining me. That's it could be just constant tiredness. It could be constant headaches. Dehydration could just be constant tiredness, constant headaches, dry lips. These are signs of dehydration. Dry lips, poor concentration, irritability, mood swing, mood instability, constipation, like I said earlier. Then you see low energy. Your energy will just be low. You are not really full of yourself. You can't really see that, energy you are looking for. So concentration, lack of concentration could be a result of dehydration. So you need to pay attention to that child of yours today and even to your own self, because at times it starts with us. Parenting is first about us and not our child. The parenting connection, how many parents here have ever shouted at their children when they were already tired and stressed? How many? When the body is stressed physically, emotionally, it becomes harder to manage. So water is very important. It's easier to say, why are you like this? Why are you that? But we don't pay attention to little things. What could be going on? What could be the reason why this child, like I always say, look beneath the surface. Look at what is going on. It might not just be that this child is just trying to be stubborn, or this child is just trying to stress you out. It could be that the child is just simply dehydrated. The child could just be dehydrated. What if your child's inability to focus is not stubbornness? What if it's not that this child is just like some parents will say, this child is trying me. This child is trying me. I would say, the child could just be dehydrated. And most times, before you realize that you're even dehydrated, you know, it's been happening since before you even have the need for water. There are sometimes some people will feel like they are hungry. It might not really be hunger, it might just be dehydration. The moment they take water, they feel better. A child who does not drink enough water may spend the whole school day mentally exhausted. Might just zoom out, might not even be understanding what the teacher is saying. The child is not concentrating because the child is dehydrated. The child might not really even be that it's maybe not. My child might not be aggressive. The child might not even be that is jumping everywhere. But the child might not be full of life. The child might not just be his or herself. He will just be there, and the child will just be lost in his own world. Hydration matters a lot. You know, my father would say when he was alive that there is no zip inside this tummy to know when the inside is communicating something to you. There is no zip for you to just zip and say, this tummy is telling me this tummy is telling me that. There is nothing like that. You know through how you are feeling. That is why you need to always pay attention to your feelings. You need to always pay attention to the signs you are seeing in your child. Don't overlook any. When you see the child trying to, there was a time my child would just be crying. Like we say, crying for no reason. There is no child that is crying for no reason. There is always a reason for that child that is crying. A child does not cry for no reason. There's always a reason for crying. So you need to pay attention and find out that has this child drank water? Has this child used the toilet? Why is he feeling uncomfortable? Why is this child just feeling this way? You need to find out why this is happening. That's why many people run into troubles in their heads because they are not drinking water. Many families these days ignore water. Why? One, because of soft drink. Juice addiction. I've seen somebody that said she was addicted to Coke. Not just Coke and bread. Because of that, a lot of persons, because when they feel thirsty, they just go for soft drink, soda, they just drink it and they feel they're okay. That's why many of them are replacing it with water these days. And it's a danger thing. What you mean? That's a danger zone to enter. Don't be found there. Busy schedules is also one reason, like I said from the beginning, why parents no longer lack of routines is one way too that they are beginning to leave water. So you need to pay attention. No matter how busy you are, you realize, have I drank water today? Have I paused to take water? How many liters have I taken today? Keep track. You can even have a journal where you journal how many times, if that needs to be done, for you to know how many times you have drank water for today, so that you can keep track. Because there's a time you will not take it, you get used to it. I don't need to journal about water now because I'm used to drinking water. Most times, it should be the first thing you do in the morning, not cold water, room temperature or warm water in the morning. Then go about the whole day like that, just taking water, sipping. It's not until you've not drank water. One mistake some people make, if they don't drink water in the morning, they will not drink water in the afternoon. Before you know it, maybe towards evening, they will just carry 2 liters and drink it at once. No, that's a fire brigade approach. Don't do that. Just take water steadily throughout the day. Take water steadily throughout the day. Hydration is very, very important. It's very, very crucial because when you see yourself fully hydrated, you see your system will just be working perfectly. It will just be working smoothly without hassle, without issues. You will not be having so many complications. You will not be having so many stress, especially headache that a lot of persons are complaining of. At times, you instead of reaching out for pain relief, instead of reaching out for some of all these tablets, just simply take water. I have seen this work countless times, and I've also told people, just say, I'm feeling headache. I feel taking water. Just drink water. You just realize that the moment you take water and just relax a bit, that headache is completely gone. You do not need to take any paracetamol or any pain relief or any form of tablets. Just by simply taking water, you realize that you are just fine. A lot of people take it for granted because they feel, water, as common as water. Just like when the king was told to just dip himself in water. He was feeling like, I should just go and watch when I thought he would take me to do this one. Or even he was talking about go to Jordan. He was underrating. I thought that when I have better rivers, in my father's land, where I would like some instructions are so simple. Big packages, big surprises. It comes in little, little boxes. You just see them. It looks so small, but what is inside is loaded. Water is simple. It's not really complicated. So most people they wait until something is so complicated when the instruction is boom, like fire and thunder. When they are told to do something very big, they feel that's when things work. No, some things are in so seemingly little things that you overlook, that you just generally underestimate. That could be where your saving grace is. It could just be what will save you and your family. As simple as hydration. Don't be dehydrated, please. So today, I need you to put this into practice. Make sure on a daily basis, drink to drink up to 3 liters of water daily. You can start with drinking at least 2 liters. You don't, it's not as if you don't even drink water at all. You now jump. Today, I heard hydration is good. Jennifer said we should be drinking water. Today, I'm going to carry, where is that? How many bottles of water do we have there? First one, you just drink it. Second one, before you need, I've drank like 5 liters of water. Just gradually keep increasing it, and you don't drink too much. Don't drink more than 4 liters of water in a day. Not more than that. Start with 2 liters. Simply just drink 2 liters today, increase it to 2.5 liters the next day, or you just stable it and be on 3 liters. Make sure you drink water every day. If you spread it across 24 hours, minus the time you are asleep, because you know wake up at midnight to just go and start drinking water because you also have needs to use the restroom. So you just spread it across the day. Take little here, little there. Before you know it, you have covered 3 liters for that day. You can do this 7-day hydration challenge. This week we'll be doing a lot of challenge. Yesterday we talked about nutrition, we talked about fruits, vegetables. Today we are talking about water challenge. You can even look for an accountability partner or those in visitor parents tribe in the community. We'll just set it up. Drink water before breakfast, drink water before school. That's especially for the children as they're going to school. Give them water. Drink water before screen time. If those that are still doing screen time, because we always talk about excessive use of screen, but those that will still have need for it, at least few hours, 1 hour, 2 hours at the most, because there's also something about the screen. That's why some adults are also very dehydrated. They face the screen, they are just there for hours, no water. This also draining them. It's not as if it's dragging out water from their body. It's draining, it's very exhausting. Drink water before screen time, even as an adult. Drink water even before bedtime, drink water. But I do not really advise when you are sleeping, you wake up to go and drink water. I have a child that wake up midnight, Mommy, I want to drink water. So when you drink water like this, before dawn, you will still wake up to say you want to use the restroom. You know, so I got used to it when I was winning. Some people say use tea, do this, because one of the things that brought me to that weight gain was tea. They say drink tea because I'm not a tea person. But breast milk, you need to flow, you need to do this. When the child is when you are winning the child, use tea so that it will not be disturbing for breast milk, you not cry. I just simply started using water, drink water. Before the child wake up at night, I want to drink water. I want to drink water. You see this thing here, you just teach these children, they just get used to it and they just roll with it. So drink water. It's simple. It's not complicated. It's not in one big thing. Just drink water. Be hydrated. Another thing you should realize is that you ask yourself, what are the habits that these children are learning from you? We're talking about parenting children with special needs. They are also seeing, they understand more than you think. Oh, these children are highly very sensitive. What are they seeing you do? Are they seeing you drink water? Are they seeing you drink water? Because if they're seeing you do it, they will also do it. Because children are great imitators. Children, they don't become what we say. They become what they repeatedly see. That's why the power of environment is very big. They become what they repeatedly see. That's why you can tell a child, do this. That one that you are telling that child is not what is actually entering his head. It's what he's seeing you do. It's what he's seeing you do. That's what matters. Don't do what I say and not what I do. And like, it will not happen. It's do what I say and what I do. That's what children do. If our children understand better, do what I do than even what I say. So today we have talked about hydration. It is not only in one piece. Parenting, especially healthy parenting, is bigger than just water. Well, we are on nutrition this month. We're talking about different aspects. We've talked about the gut. We've talked about healthy eating, the food that changes everything. We're talking about general nutrition. But today we've talked about water, but it's not just about water. It's not all in one piece. Healthy parenting is bigger than water. It's routine, it's discipline, it's emotional intelligence, it's family strategies, it's in a whole lot. Water alone, is not just in one day. Most times, if you're not used to it, you also need constant reminder. That's why I said look for an accountability partner. Then please always keep me in check to know if I have drank water today. That's why the Pacesetter Parents exist. We are here to also inform you that is a safe place to belong. Because raising thriving children requires intentional parenting. It requires deliberate, conscious parenting. You need to be deliberate about these things. You need a community that understands you. You need a community that supports you. You need a community that will cheer you on. It's not just going alone. We are not called to be a lone ranger. Our Heavenly Father, like I will always mostly make example with, is a three-in-one God. He said, let us make man. It's not a God that's why he said in the Bible, Genesis, that these people are of one voice. If you go to Genesis 11, says, he said, nothing will be restrained from them. That's which they have imagined to do. Today I came across that scripture and said, wow, he had to scatter their language. That's why we are of different languages today. See, the power of community, it can never, never be overemphasized. He said, this power of one voice, of one language, it will never be restrained from them. That's which they have imagined to do. They wanted to build a tower that will reach to the heavens. And they were going to really achieve that. That's what community is about. God saw that if he leaves these people, they will achieve this thing. He had to scatter their language. He had to scatter their language. That's why, okay, imagine a broomstick. It's easy to break it. But what about if it's in a bunch? Can you just use your hand and break it easily? No. When you are alone, it's very easy for you to fall by the wayside. It's very easy for you to just pack up and just give up. But when you are in a community of like-minded people, they say if you want to walk far, if you want to walk far, walk with people. But if you want to walk fast, walk alone, but it will not last. Before you walk to little distance, you get tired. But if you want to walk far, you walk with people. You cannot do it alone. You can never do it alone. How do you know what you don't know? No, you are not a knowledge, bank that is everything. No, where your own ends is where another person's own starts. So you need to be part of a community. And that's why the Pacesetter Parents Tribe is there for you. Belong to a Pacesetter Parents Tribe. We run annual yearly subscription. It's from 1st of September to August 31st. This year is starting 1st September 2026 to August 31st, 2027. Follow the academic section. You will learn daily tips. You see testimonies that will keep you going. Webinars such as this, more than an hour webinar on a weekly basis. You get access to steady voice notes. You get access to resources. You get access to experts on this feed where you will be helped, tell you what to do, nutrition, therapy sections, a lot of things. You can't get that anywhere for that amount. And we're even doing a flat sale instead of 150,000 that is supposed to be the regular amount. We're doing a flat sale of 120, which is like 10,000 naira every day for the 12 months. Where will you get that? Even for therapy fee, you will not even get that amount. 10,000 naira is less than what people spend for pizza. What they will use to just go out and, just cool off. But won't you spend that money today and also rest tomorrow? Like I said yesterday, we're not going deep into that today. But I don't need to tell you, the choice is yours. Me, I decided to run. I ran and I found help for my child. And I believe you should do that also, because I don't want to use old age to be cracking my head. I don't want to use old age to be crying and wailing and be looking for solution when the time is gone. I'd rather do that now. And we're still on the journey. We've not got it to where we want to be. Oh. Not at all. We're still on the journey. I'm not speaking from a place of perfection. I'm not coming to tell you that, oh, I have it all figured out. I'm still on the journey. God is still helping us on a daily basis. But the progress we have made is tremendous. Even the blind can see. So you need to be in a place where you can be heard. Because one of the things is that a lot of parents with special needs go through is that they don't usually find people that understand them. They don't usually find people that really get them, that really understand their journey. But in the Peseta Parents Tribe, we understand you. We're not just talking from head knowledge. We're not just talking about what we read or studied somewhere. We're not just talking about certification. We're also talking about that and also the experience. Because I have also gone through this and I am currently on the journey also. We've not gotten to where we want to be. So you are there to receive help, to receive comfort, to receive succor, to receive that encouragement and the the strategies, the tools, and the help of God is there. Peseta Parents has the Holy Spirit residing, is domiciled in the Peseta Parents tribe. If you come, you will have yourself to thank for that. Thank you. We see on Monday. We know that this month we're talking about nutrition and is a daily life, Mondays through Fridays, 2 p.m. Today is Friday. We're going to be taking a break. We'll see again on Monday. Please, if you have your friends, loved ones who are not aware of this, kindly share the link with them. Tell them about the Peseta Parents Tribe. Tell them about the daily life. Tell them that we have a tribe of guidance and accountability coaching practical system where they can find help. We have free WhatsApp group too. Our social media, you can connect, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It will help you and turn off your notification. If you turn it on, it will help you to get messages when we go live and also notify you when we have topics like this. Thank you and see you. God bless you.